Welcome back to Twitter Titty Treatises. It's me, yours truly, the Baron of Bosoms, Dalton Pruitt. And we back, folks. And today we're focusing on an all-time set of jugs right here. These belong to the one and only, the princess herself, Miss Adriana Chechik. This is another pair that are near and dear to me, for I have been observing them for years. I've seen them. I've seen them plain cake. I've seen them glazed. I've seen them lemon frosted. That's soaked in squirt. At this moment in time, these are fake milkers, or formulas as I call them. But I remember when the synthetic was once flesh. Back in the day, they weren't as ample, but they had great titty physics. They had that, Half-Life 2 Gordon Freeman gravity gun, source engine physics, that Dead or Alive 2 Extreme Beach Volleyball, the IV from Soul Calibur physics that I like in a set of boobies. And they were tinier, but they were perky, and they had enough heft to them that they had a lot of great bounce and jiggle during a plow session. There was something wholesome, quaint, and innocent about them at that time. And I remember when the change happened, when the augmentation occurred, and I saw the fakers appear on my screen when I did my daily search for Adriana Chechik on the internet, and I had to take my glasses off and go to be sure that what I was seeing was real, because it was very jarring to see how big they had gotten seemingly overnight. And look, now them things is bazongas. I mean, great, just big size, okay? But noticeably less jiggle and bounce. Boob tech, I've talked about this before, but boob technology has come a long way since its conception. Fakers back in the day were big, hard, clunky bolt-ons that looked like, they always looked like Lara Croft from the first Tomb Raider for PlayStation 1. And now they kind of exist almost in an uncanny valley territory, where they're very, very, very close to the organic, to human, but there's still some things that are noticeably off about them, and the titty physics is a big one. Fakers are certainly more static than heavy naturals. It's sort, and thinking about it, it's sort of like Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Dr. Noonien Singh designed Data to resemble humanity in every way, but Data's movements are much more stilted than that of his human compatriots, and he lacks human emotions and struggles to understand them. But ironically, he has a lot of fondness and love for humanity. He's always willing to put his own life on the line for his crewmen on the Starship Enterprise. And he has a deep, deep desire to be human, or as human as he can possibly be. And he's very curious, and he's always making every effort to understand who and what humans are, and is willing to engage with human emotion and human thought and human activity. And in a weird way, it makes him arguably the most endearing character on the show, and the most human. As life grinds us between its millstones, it grinds all of that empathy and compassion and curiosity out of us. and here is a this humanoid android that can do all the things a human can and is smarter than anyone, but possesses the curiosity that is within all of us as children. And so as we watch Star Trek, we see this synthetic being grow over time and become, as human as he possibly can, and we find connection with his naivete and curiosity. And it's sort of the same way with Adriana Chechik's titties. I would say I get the same feeling when I look at them. They're new, they're fresh, they're trying to find their way in the world, but they're looking good, and they're making the effort. And I normally focus just on the tits in these videos, just on the bazoombas, the honkers, the prime directives. But Adriana herself has been relearning what it means to be a human. She was in a tragic accident about a year ago that shattered her spine and has left her very impaired. And she's been going through a lot of physical therapy. And so it's been a long time since any of us have been able to see them things shake. But I know that she cares and has a lot of love for what she does, a lot of love for people and her fans, and she knows that we all are dying to we're dying to see them things bounce. We're dying to see what them things do. But no pressure, no rush. Take your time. That was very traumatic what happened to you, and in due time, the titty meat will reveal itself once again. As far as presentation in this photo, what do I always say, folks? Meat and mystique. Good, lot of meat showing, or rather, skin and silicone, I would say. But lovely floral dress, very modest dress that is positioned in a way though that it is sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Seductive. It's the juxtaposition of the modesty of the dress and the sheer amount of titty meat showing. This sort of playful innocence with a seductress. Sort of a like a Mrs. Robinson vibe, or something like that. Anyway, been a big fan for many years, and I'm not gonna stop being a fan, even if she were to retire. Even if I never got to see them things in a new video again, I will always be loyal to them hangers right there. So for sure, 10 out of 10 wood motorboat.